Well, got the old air conditioner here. It's getting pretty hot, and I had this one for quite a number of years, and I think it's about time to clean this thing. Look how nasty this is. Um, Definitely want to take this thing apart and look totally inside, see what we're dealing with. We can see up here, but I think it's about time. So maybe you guys can come along for the ride. We're going to be kind of figuring it out as we go because I don't really know exactly what the process is here. So let's give it a shot. I've got some tools here. Since I'm taking this whole thing apart, I don't know. I think this metal shell, is going to have to come out. Let me see if I can. This back one had a little lock washer on here. I don't know if that's specific to just the backs. Let's see what the other side's like. There's screws all over this thing. Oh, this one didn't have one at the top, just had the one at the bottom. The other side's got one at the top and the bottom. This one looks like it's got a little plastic thing, and it's got like a lock washer, which is interesting. This one as well has this weird little plasticky thing on it. Yeah, that's interesting. I do not know if these orientation matters. Wow, there's a whole bunch. Let me move you guys over to this side. There's a bunch. So I just took out these two. Got a bunch more here. There's another one of these. Little. Boy, that's really jumped on there. You guys see too well. So, this one came out with it. This one, I'm going to leave that in because it doesn't look like that's part of the shell. Okay, swing around the back. Let's see if you guys can see that. Oh, my. Alright. This back one does not have one of those. This one does. It's like hit or miss. I don't know. Okay. So I got a bunch of things back here. There's a couple up top. This one has one of those little washer things. So what is this one? Now this track here, I don't know. There's 3 screws into the track up top. I don't know if this needs to come out or not. Like, are these screws just for the track, or are they actually in something? I don't know. This whole thing seems to be lifting up already. Alright, we're going to take this track out. There's 4 of them up here. These do not have those washers. So now let's swing around to the front and see if there's maybe some hidden screws up there. Okay, so in here, I don't know. So let's take this whole filter off. There's a clip down here. There. Okay, there we go. Oh, right. Well, if you guys can look in there. A lot of good nasty stuff we'll get to clean out. And the top of it. Pretty gross, that shell. Okay. I'll give you guys the first peek here. Goodness, look at all this stuff. Look at the top. I wish I had a light in there. We're going to be tearing it all apart, so I'm sure we'll get down to it. Yeah. Pretty gross. Alright, we'll see what we can do. Interesting stuff. Alright, I wonder if this whole face just kind of comes off now. Now that we've got... There are more clips. Do not remove, it says. Oh, sorry. Okay, we got a screw here. There, that would be it. And there's one up here in this corner. Okay, so we've got a power cord to the control panel. All right, these ones look unique. These two ones have like a clear plastic. They've got like a clear plasticky one. And then, oh my gosh, look at this. That is some gross. Oh my, what in the world? Yeah. I'm gonna have to look up how the best way to clean styrofoam. I have no idea. But that. Oh, stink bug. Is he alive? He is alive. Look at that. Oh, stink bug in there. Look at this. What a mess. Alright, let's get that stink bug outside. Let me pause this here. Alright, stink bug's gone. Wow, look at that. Look, now that you get inside of here, there's the other half of that styrofoam. Something's telling me styrofoam isn't maybe the best material for this. I don't know. Just thinking. I'm just thinking. Two screws here. Oh, come on. There we go. I'll strip that one out. Almost. Push it a little harder, make sure. There we go. Okay, I gotta be careful of these brackets. Wrong one. Alright, here's the one. There we go. There we go. Okay, probably didn't need to take that bracket out. Alright, so this thing. Oh, wow. Alright. I kind of little bit more mobility with this. Maybe I can take this front panel off, and then we can take this apart, because that'll make it easier to clean too. Give it a shot. Okay, so that lifts this open and exposes the circuit board. And there are 3 screws for the circuit board. Should we try? I mean, let's just see what happens. 1, 2. You guys probably can't see what I'm doing right now, but let's see if I can show you. I took this apart. There's a circuit board. I'm trying to get this wire, out. Then I can really clean this thing up, but there we go. Okay, we got it. Huh. Interesting. Those are just little buttons right there. All right, we'll have to be careful with that, but at least that makes this completely detached so that we can really clean that without having to worry about damaging the electrical components. I am going to, I'm going to put the screws back in here and seal this thing back up with the screws so that I don't lose the screws and so that it's sealed up and doesn't get water in it. So I'm going to do that real quick. You guys probably can't see it. So okay, so what I'm thinking is, I think a lot of these pieces like all come out at once. Like this thing here, this thing here. I don't know. We got this electrical thing, which I'm not quite sure everything that it is attached to. But I'm thinking if I can take this out, and I see some bolts down in here. There's one down in here. You can see that? And there's also one underneath here. And then we'll see what that gives me as far as being able to lift on that. This guy back here, I've got some really rotted bolts, or screws, whatever you call them, that are holding those in. I'd like to see if I can lift this fan shroud right up and out of there. And really get in and clean that sucker too. So, I don't know. I guess, if I'm to take this out, there's some screws down here that are holding this in. And maybe this thing on the side. So we got some things to do here. Let's see. Let's see what I got. I still have this attached, so I might as well take this out now. Alright, so that's definitely for this thing here. Tiny one is for this little plastic thing. Okay. All right. Now we can see what this is attached to. So we got this loom here that is hooked into this. At least we got some room to see underneath and everything. And then we've also got this black one that is leading to the fan. Okay, so that's for the fan. Now we got a whole bunch of gunk. You can see kind of in there. All right. So now let's see if we can get these. Bolts out. I don't know what's. All right, I got a 13 mil deep socket. I think it's going to fit. Position you guys in a way where you can see this. Let's see how this goes. So, thinking.
Hi, Dad.
Hello. Let's see how far up we can go with that. That might give you what we need. Let's still have enough power. think we got it. There we go. We got one. One right there. The big huge washer on top. Oh, it's a couple. No, a metal one. All right, let's do our little setup here for the other. I think we're on it. Cool, got that one. Sweet. You guys couldn't see that at all, dude, did you? Yeah, I got that a little bit there. All right, there's the other one. Now, is that the only thing holding this in? It is. Is there a third one here? Oh, it might be a third one. We'll see. All right, so I'm thinking, I think there's something else holding this up. And my thought is, if I can get this back thing to lift up, then I can get this foam piece out. And then I can have visibility down in here and maybe see if there's a third thing that's holding this guy in. Because I think there might be a third one holding that in. So I am going to now take the back. I think it might just be these ones over here. Let's come back here. Let's see those. One. Is it really even a thing? Anymore. Okay. We got that. Now, what else could be holding this thing in? All right, so there's a bracket down in here. There's a screw here and one on the other side that I think is holding it strapped down to that's called arguing. And now YouTube's gonna see it. All right, we got one.
No, you're not getting that greasy pizza downstairs, honey. Just pizza, dude.
We got it.
Yes? Yeah, pizza's burned
Okay,
out, so just
got it.
I'll just give it a few minutes.
Nice, okay. This is coming out. Maybe I can get this foam out of here now. Goodness. So close. Let's see. What are we getting hung up on now? There we go. Okay. Okay, we got this other piece of foam out of there. That should give us quite a bit more to see. And yes, there is another bolt there. And here's that screw that we had gotten out earlier. There we go. Okay. Now, I got all these flat washers. Good. Good. Okay. Just walking this up and out. There we go. Ooh. Alright, this thing is fully disassembled now. So we'll be able to clean that all out. Clean all these components out. And we got some work to do. And then we'll reassemble. So I think I might take some of these to the front with the hose and start spraying them out, and then I can scrubby-dubby them down. And we'll work on this individual stuff up in here with some brushes. See how we do. Alright, I got some of the big pieces laid out here. And I got some soapy water. My wife got me this little cleaning kit thing for like detailing cars and stuff. And it's got this cool attachment that I figure I might use. Maybe scrub out some of this stuff. We'll see how much I can get. I'm not too crazy about getting it perfect. But I definitely want to get the things where the air is blowing in and get that clean, because I don't really want to be breathing that in. So I don't know. We'll see. See how this goes. There we go. Whoa, that was pretty gross. Okay. Is there any orientation to this? I've seen it. Pop that out of there. Okay, and the other one. And what about these things? Oh, I got better access to them anyway. Gosh, that's looking a heck of a lot better. There's a little bit, it's not too bad. You know, I might get like a little hand scrubby thing and get some more out, but that's not looking too bad. Well, these things are light years better than they were. A lot cleaner. You can definitely see the spots that you don't hit with the scrubbing. It's just takes on there. Got it. Yeah, that's a... Come on. Come on, move. I think that's not bad. It's just some of these nooks and crannies are going to be tough, but I mean, I'm pretty happy with that. It's a lot better than it was. You know, like that thing. I mean, I guess we're better than it was. Alright, this thing kind of came apart on us, but that makes it a little easier. That is gross. This is about it. That's about as good as that piece is going to get. The last thing that I brought out here? It is. Okay, oh, that is gross. Oh, goodness. How in the world are we going to get to that? Okay. Alright, head inside and clean up the rest of this awfulness. Alright, so we're back inside, and there's a lot to do. There's a lot of crap to clean up. You know, to make the thing more efficient, you really want to make sure these fins are cleaned up. I can get to this one fairly easily, but the big one I see is back here. And if you guys can see in there, maybe I can get you a little closer. All right. Do you see straight through there? It is completely walled up with muck. And so I want to clean that. And I think the way to do it is if I can get this housing off of the back fin radiator part. And so I'm going to see if I can do that. I think it might slide up. I don't think anything's bolted, but I saw that it was kind of like the other thing here. This might slide up and off. Look at that. Alright, I gotta just make sure I'm not... One side off. There. Oh, good. Wow. Like, how is anything even getting through? How was any air getting through? I don't even know. That is disgusting. Let's see here. Whoa. I'm looking at the inside of this fan. Here, I'll swing you guys around so you can see this fan too. Because this is pretty gross also. You can see in there. So we definitely got some work to do. It's going to make a heck of a mess here on the table, but that's kind of right. Okay, let's clean this off so you guys can see it too. I don't know. I should be wearing a mask. Oh. I can see through it a little bit better now. I'll swing around to the back side. Turn this light off. Oh, Okay. This isn't too bad. Some of these I can probably straighten up just by let's see if we can see light through it now. Good. Look at that. I should have done that before. And this?
Yeah.
Well, there's probably a lot of everything in that. All right, I'm not gonna go too much more crazy on this fan part. I think I cleaned it up pretty good. I mean, this is plastic, so a lot better than that styrofoam. That styrofoam stuff is awful. But I think for the most part, I think that's clean. Let me see if I can get the other side, because I want to get these fan blades from the other side. Oh my. Ouch. I think I'm done with that thing. So let's see about this thing. This shouldn't be too bad. Just got all this gunk to get off. Blech. Alright, I think that's a lot better. Let's see what the other side looks like. Well, the other side's like primo, perfect. So that's good. Alright, I just gotta put this thing back together again and hope it works and hope I didn't break anything. So I think the shroud should probably go on first. Let's see if it still does. We cleaned up everything as good as we can. I think this thing came up. Like this. And this is when I start to see things that I didn't clean well enough. Alright. Let's see if I can. That's the one side we didn't see before. So let me just clean that real fast. So, where were we? We're going to get this on somehow. Come on. There it goes. Not too bad. just like that. And then that's going to drop in. So this is going to be interesting. Tilt it. Tilt it. Like, put it on the side. Ooh. Right down here. Okay, there's one. Okay. One more. Go. That's in there. All right, now I got to find two little screws for that fan. Green ones. So I had this weird thing. Okay, there was this weird thing that I think was in the corner of the power box. Well, the battery ran out on the phone. I can't blame it. But I'm about to strap the rest of the pieces on. I just kind of want to do a flyby. What it looks like now, I think a lot better inside there, isn't it? Clean. Fan blades and everything. All clean. Those things are straightened out for the most part. What I could do anyway. I'm losing a little bit there, but whatever. But yeah, not too bad. All right, I'm just gonna put the shell on. I'm just gonna pause it and then we'll get a picture of it when it's fully put together. All right, I got the shell on, and this thing is as good as I want to get it. A lot cleaner than it was before. Not perfect, but I think it should be a heck of a lot more efficient. Boy, look at all the stuff that came out of it. That's crazy. Anyway, time to go plug it in and see if it still works. Okay, we've got it back up in the window here. Just plugged it in, and I'll see if it works still. Whew. Alright, I think that's good. Cool, high, clean, Fahrenheit. Hey, I think we're good. Hopefully that means a lot of nice air for us for the summer. All right, very cool.